Is it recording now?
Yes.
Okay, you introduce this one.
Hi guys, it's Danny and Laura.
Hi.
Hey.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. It's been a while.
It hasn't been a while. It's been like a couple of days.
No.
It's been 5 days since we last spoke to the camera a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was on Boxing Day.
It's now New Year's Eve, so we are going to do a 2013 summary, so you all know what we've been up to within the year of 2013, and
a recap.
yeah, and we're gonna tell you what we've got planned for 2014 as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a few plans, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully it should go well. How should we start then? Should we just say where we were this time a year ago tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was New Year's Day, 2013, and we was living in a flat in Alma Road in Grimsbury area of Banbury, weren't we, babe?
Mhm.
It was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was nice.
At that stage, though, we were looking for a place to move to.
Yeah.
And we were looking for Dedington, weren't we?
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Yeah.
This time last year, we were going to move Dedington.
Yeah, when we already had the plans, and had we already paid the security deposit by now?
Yeah.
We had.
I think so.
I think we went to go view it. Was it like? No, I think it was in January. We went to go view it, wasn't it? And then we paid the security deposit pretty much straight away.
Mm.
Yeah. And then, why didn't we move there at the end?
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I think we went to go view the house, didn't we?
Mm.
And we went there and everything, and we were speaking to them, and they was like, okay, it was lodgings, and they were like, okay, so you want the place, blah blah blah. We'd agreed. We paid the £100 deposit, didn't we?
Mhm.
And then a few days afterwards, or maybe the next day, they phoned me up, and they was like, we're not too sure that we want you guys living here anymore, because we had a discussion afterwards, blah blah blah. They basically thought that I was going to rob them, because I reminded them of someone who once robbed them.
Yeah.
So we invited them to the flat, and I spoke with them. Well, we both spoke with them, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then they was like, oh, okay, we've changed our mind. Like, again, we want you to move in now. That's what actually happened.
And then they changed their minds again.
No. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, they wanted references from our works.
Mm.
And I was working. I just finished working at Ano Park, and I was working with Magical Theatre, wasn't I?
Mm.
And so I was able to give the references. But there's a problem with your work, weren't there?
Mm.
Do you want to tell these guys what that was?
I don't know. I can't remember what that was.
The new manager at Sports Direct, the new manager at Sports Direct, cut her hours off completely, and you just had no hours whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because
which was kind of I kind of expected my hours to get cut in January, but not to that extent.
Yeah, not zero.
I had no hours at all for 5 weeks. No work at all for 5 weeks.
Yeah, not only that, but they wouldn't respond to you when you were telling them you need these references, character references and work references. They were just ignoring
hours.
you. Yeah. But then we ended up making an official complaint to the head office and all that crap. Basically, the guy stopped giving her hours because he was too busy sticking his dick in a 16-year-old girl.
Pretty much.
And he was distracted, weren't he, to be fair, because when you're ejaculating, you can't really think of everything, can you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a man.
He's a disgusting person, that's why I have these
He needs a punch
words
to the
to
face.
say about him. So yeah, when it became apparent that your work weren't going to give you the references, we just had to start looking for somewhere else, because we weren't going to be able to move into this house without those references.
So then we went on to
Sue in Frenchman Close.
Yeah.
In February.
We looked on house share websites, which there are quite a few of.
Yeah.
Found this one that we liked the look of. She had some pets. You know, all the advert said was, it's a lovely room, blah blah blah, fully furnished. You must be good with animals.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we had a hamster.
We had a hamster at the time, so we were good with animals. So we went to go and view it.
It turns out the woman who we went to go and live with, I mean, she advertised herself really, really well, didn't she? The most sweetest, most sweet OAP you can imagine, with lovely what are they, pug cats or something? A pug is a dog.
Ragdoll cats.
Ragdoll cats. And a nice kind of border collie cross.
Border collie German Shepherd cross.
Yeah, lovely dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely dog. And the cats are timid.
Sorry, if you go onto Laura Lewis Call, which is my personal channel, there is a video on there of the dog.
What was the dog called?
Bryn.
Bryn.
There was Bryn, Blue, and Belle.
The cats and the dog were quality, weren't they?
Yeah. It was only the woman that was the bit that was the problem.
At that point in my life, not only, well, you were still at Sports Direct, weren't you?
Yeah.
And because we'd made a complaint to head office,
my hours had picked up a bit.
Picked up again, because like obviously there was no moral reason for them to have gone down in the first place. Like, and yeah, I was still working with Magic Core Theatre, but in the middle of January I had a phone call from two sculptors who I'd helped with a commissioned piece before, and I started working with them. They invited me to work with them, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
On a casual basis. Yeah, so I was a stage director, set to also mentor students, and was producing my own stage play. Literally, I just finished writing the feature stage play on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So this time tomorrow, a year ago, I finished a feature stage play, and we were set. I was getting the props. I designed everything. I got all the actors involved who I wanted to be involved. No one turned me down. Everyone was excited, and I was.
You've done everything. She didn't.
Yeah.
The woman that you were working for didn't actually have to do anything.
I mean, let's face it. I've done all the marketing.
Yeah.
I put that theatre company on the map. I made the local community excited.
And aware of the theatre company.
And I was offering people opportunities. Not only was I just working, doing my own thing, I was trying to get other people together, and I was really trying to build something great, weren't I?
You were trying your hardest.
Yeah. I'll tell you what happened with that later on. And then, so do you want to say what happened with Sue?
What didn't happen with Sue would probably be easier.
It turns out that she's a con artist. She gets people to rent from her. She doesn't write contracts, and then she comes up with. She basically plays games. She has all these techniques and stuff like that which she uses to get inside people's heads, and she causes reactions purposely to then complain about them.
Because when we moved in, a couple of days before we moved in, she phoned us up and said that she didn't have an actual bed for us, but she'd managed to get a divan pop-up bed. So we were like, that's fine, as long as we've got something to sleep on, that's fine.
It was big, it was comfortable, you know.
It took up the majority of the room, but it was alright.
Yeah.
And it was a blow-up bed, effectively, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a blow-up bed on a frame though. I mean, it wasn't just like a mattress on the floor. It was a full-on bed.
Yeah.
But it was full of air.
Yeah.
The frame wasn't. Just the mattress was. You know.
And when we moved in, we paid the first month's rent to take us up until the end of February or something.
Yeah, and also
then,
a month's rent as deposit as
well. Yeah. And within the first month, we were asking her not every day, but every so often, can you draw a contract for us?
Yeah.
Because we wanted some reassurance that we weren't going to get kicked out.
Not only did we want reassurance we weren't getting kicked out, but we wanted in black and white what the rules were, what was acceptable and what wasn't. I mean, it said in the advertisement that some of the bills were paid for, but she wasn't very forthcoming with what those bills were.
No.
Even when we asked her, and we were trying to figure out how to coincide with this woman, who at that point we believed we could get on with quite well.
Yeah, the first month or so was fine. We were getting on, we were having a laugh. If we wanted our own space, she'd leave us to it. If she wanted her own space, we'd leave her to it.
It turns out that she's done this a few times, because we've actually spoken with one of those people.
Yeah.
And we know that what happened with him, and then we see the room continue to get advertised over and over again on the same websites.
Yeah.
It's like, so what is she actually doing? She's a retired police officer. She was a sergeant, and then when she left the police force, she went to work as a council worker, didn't she? And now she's like an unpaid voluntary counsellor, because she likes to be able to manipulate people's minds and I guess play with them. I mean, when we were living there, when we was on good terms, she kept telling us about the issues people had. And she kept telling us her plans to get these people off counselling. Now, why would you do that when you're trying to help someone?
You wouldn't, would you?
You console them. That's what you're there for.
You try your hardest to make sure they were better.
Yeah, you don't work your hardest to manipulate them and get them away from the help which they have purposely gone out there to acquire. She's just an arsehole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we started to become aware of inconsistencies in what she said and her behaviour. So we were no longer comfortable, and that became apparent. And then she basically kicked us out onto the streets.
But before she did that, we were looking for somewhere to move to anyway.
Yeah, because we knew it was coming to a head, basically.
Yeah.
And we had to keep ourselves secure.
We weren't happy there, so we thought we need to find somewhere else before she kicks us out, basically.
But before she kicked us out, and we were looking for somewhere else, we see our room being advertised.
Yeah, we were looking for somewhere else, looking on the same website we found her on.
Yeah.
And saw our own room being advertised.
And it wasn't just the fact that she forgot to take that advert off, because that website, when it's with the advert is within 7 days of being put on, those first 7 days, the website automatically puts it at the top. Early bird thing, yeah. And so we knew for a fact that she'd done that. She wanted to feel powerful because she has no power. She hasn't got any family who live in the immediate area. She doesn't speak to anyone. And she only has one friend who never appears really. All she has is people who have troubles.
And who she can manipulate.
Yeah, but she'll be dead one day. So all's well that ends well. When she kicked us out, we went to my mum's house, didn't we?
Well, no. Tell them what happened beforehand. When I went to work one day and I worked like a 12-hour shift. She asked us if we could be out the house all day because she had a couple of people that she was counselling,
which was bullshit.
Come to the house, which was fair. We took that as okay, fine, we'll be out the house. I worked like 12 hours, and you went on a bike ride all day.
A 50-mile bike ride.
All day. You were out from like 9 till 8 o'clock by the time we got back, wasn't it?
She said that she needed privacy in the house to speak with these people until 8:30. 8:30 came. And we was on our way.
We came home.
And no. The time came, and I was on my way to meet you from work.
Mm-hmm.
When that time came, she called me up and told us she needed us out for another hour. We went back after an hour. She told us she needed us gone again, and then we went back eventually. We cooked dinner and stuff like that, and then she kicked us out.
Yeah, she made us stay out until about 9 o'clock at night. We came home.
10 o'clock, really.
And then obviously we wanted to eat something, so we went into the kitchen to cook us dinner, and she said, "What are you doing? It's too late to be cooking dinner." We said, "You're the one that's made us stay out this late. It's your fault we have to cook this late anyway." And she just went apeshit.
We went upstairs, and she came upstairs, and she told us to pack our stuff and be gone within 6 hours. So we packed up, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then she said to be gone in the morning. She said that legally she could kick us out within 6 hours, which is,
that's not true.
I think it's true, but I think it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking bullshit. First of all, she knew about. They already know, don't they?
Yeah.
She knew about your disabilities.
Yeah.
Yet she was using that. Personally, I think that other people, who I won't mention, were manipulating her to try and get us to be in a situation where you had to go somewhere and I had to be elsewhere. That's just my thoughts and opinions. Because around that same time, you were receiving messages from these people saying your life's about to hit a turn for the worst and you're about to realise who you need and who you depend on. I don't believe in coincidences when it comes to human behaviour, especially when people know each other and have a common interest and want a similar end game.